Ronnie, through to yet another major quarter-final here at the Masters, but we've been hearing you haven't been too well. Do you think if it hadn't been the Masters, you might have pulled out and had some more rest?
No, I wouldn't have pulled out. I still played. I just feel like I feel physically fine. It's just I feel a little bit dizzy, and I've had it for like 5 or 6 days. I don't know whether I'm lacking something in my diet, or maybe it's just at the end of a virus, because for the last 2 weeks I've been quite phlegmy every morning, so maybe that's kicking around. I don't know, but you just have to just put your head down and just try and make something happen sometimes.
Well, from a neutral's point of view, it makes the way you played there look even more impressive.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, like, when I get going, I'm pretty decent. So yeah, you just have to stay focused, do what you got to do, and just see what happens.
Does anything feel different about the Masters? I mean, your record here is nuts. You've been in 9 of the last 13 Masters finals that you've contested. It is an incredible record. Does anything feel different when you come here because it's so close to home and you get to go home after the matches and obviously get great support?
I don't really know, to be honest with you. I really don't know. I just think I don't know. I just think the bigger the tournament, the bigger the player rises to it. Maybe that's all I can think. And I think sometimes when I look at players around, I think there's Selby, me, and Higgins, who I think are comfortable with being the best player in the world. Are comfortable with being winners. Everybody else have a spell where they win, and I think the pressure gets a bit much for them, and that's why they can't continuously or consistently win the big events. You see what I'm saying? And so I kind of think to myself, as long as I stay pretty safe and sensible and disciplined, there's only 2 other players that are comfortable with being winners. I think the rest just kind of have their moments, have their spells, but once it gets a bit, they become favourites, they kind of maybe don't relish that situation as much. So I think this tournament, the World Championships in the UK, kind of brings the best out in the best players, if you know what I'm saying.
Today, just before you came on against Marco, there was quite a lot of emotion flowing around the venue, and you've been part of the snooker fraternity for literally decades. And today was a hard day for everybody backstage, with Jethro, the table fitter, passing away suddenly yesterday at the age of 25. It just puts everything into perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've always said that, and I think since I've been working with Steve Peters, we've worked a lot on perspective, and I'm not a philosophical person, but you sometimes have to kind of realise what's important, and sometimes something like that just really shows you how unimportant sometimes what we tend to find important, like snooker, how many Masters you've won, how many Worlds you've won, it really doesn't matter. What's most important is that you live every life to your max, because you just don't know what's around the corner. And like you say, it's the most horrendous thing to lose someone at 25, someone that's been on the circuit with us. And you're right, before the match there was a real sort of feeling of, it was really, it's a horrible, horrible day, and our heart goes out to their family, and we're with them all the way, So like you say, the snooker circuit is one big family. So we've lost a member of that family as well.
Thanks, Ronnie.